The Oklahoma City Thunder have to make a decision on what they're going to do with Aaron Wiggins, as he has been struggling these past few games, and we have seen a trend surrounding him that show that he doesn't really come up in big games against big teams. Take Milwaukee, for example. Take the Dallas Mavericks, for example. Take all these teams that we've played against that are considered contenders. Even the Warriors, he struggles against. It just kind of shows that against better teams, he can't provide value whatsoever. And last season, yes, he could, but it's this season. That's the problem. This season, for some reason, he has fallen off. And Oklahoma City and Sam Presti, they need to make a decision on if they're going to trade him or if they're going to keep him along with the ride and see if he'll get better, because he is the player that could get a potential Cam Johnson trade done. When you look at his contract, look at what he brings to the table with, just basketball experience and skill, what he has when he plays. He is the player that gets a deal done whatsoever, no doubt about that in my mind. So Sam Presti needs to decide: am I trading him away, or am I keeping him and seeing if I can get a deal done even without him in there? So we're going to break all that down here today, give you my personal opinion on that, along with some trade proposals that I have that could go into a potential Cam Johnson trade, or even any other trade that involves him with the Brooklyn Nets. Before we get in all that, though, just a quick moment to recognize that around right here, all right, 67% of you guys that are coming back and watching these videos are not subscribed to the channel. All I got to say is, if you find yourself coming back on a regular basis, you enjoy the content that we put out, or if you're new to the channel and you enjoy what we're doing here, you want to support, but you don't know how, the best way to do so is just by hitting the subscribe button. It's the best way to support the channel. We're 100 subscribers away from 2,500. I know we're, about a week left here in, 2024. But I want to try to hit 2,500 by the new year. I think we can hit that in this coming week. So if you guys enjoy the content, you want to support, the best way to do so is just by hitting that subscribe button. With that out of the way, let's go ahead and get into the video today. All right, talking about Aaron Wiggins. We've talked about Cam Johnson enough. All right, we've talked about him extensively. I don't want to, take a whole video talking about what he brings to the table, because I feel like we've done that so much in the past month or so when these rumors have started circling around. So we're not really going to talk about him. If you want to check that out, you can check out this video right here, the latest one that we did covering Cam Johnson. I'll also include a link to the video here while you're watching this as well. You can check it out up there. But, if you want to learn all about him, who he is as a player, what I, think it would, if it would be great for him to be here or not, you can go check out that video. But, it'd just be nice. It'd be nice. Aaron Wiggins, though, I think he's the player that gets this deal done. When you look at salary, when you look at age, when you look at skill set, when you look at, just pure athleticism, all right? And the contract, he is what gets it done for a Cam Johnson trade. He is, just fact of the matter. He gets it done if the Thunder want a chance to get Cam Johnson. No doubt about that in my mind. Maybe even some other players. Dorian Finney-Smith, which is, a cheaper contract, he could be the guy that gets a Dorian Finney-Smith deal done, just a straight-up player swap and a pick. All right, could get us Dorian Finney-Smith, which I think would be an upgrade right now at this moment. I understand there's a lot of emotional value that gets, attached to Aaron Wiggins, but this season, he has been struggling quite a bit. And I'll go ahead and bring up the stats, okay? I'll go ahead and do that, all right? Aaron Wiggins' stats, here they are. He's averaging 8.6 points per game, which looks good on paper here. He has been seeing a decrease in minutes, though, and he has not been producing as much shooting-wise, okay? I understand 44% from the field, 39% from three. He had a great 10-game stretch to start the season, but ever since then, he's fallen off. That's just fact of the matter. Looking at its stats, trying to get emotion out of it, because let's be honest, we all love Aaron Wiggins. All right, he's the man who saved basketball. We get that. We have this emotional attachment to him. But this is a business. All right, this is a business, and this is my job. All right, to report on the facts. And the fact of the matter is, he has been struggling. And when you look at the stats that he has right now on paper, and you look at what he brings to the skill, to the table, he's 6'6", 25 years old. He's almost 26. He's still on the, kind of younger side there. He shoots 39% on corner threes, all right, and 47% of all his shots are three-pointers. I think Brooklyn would want someone like Aaron Wiggins. I think they would. Defensively, he has been struggling, okay. These past few games, his plus-minus has been going down, not because of his offensive play, but his defense, all right? He's been getting blown by a lot. So it's just one of those things, looking at all this, he just looks like the player that's going to get traded, all right? That's just what it looks like. He's, our 10th guy off the bench right now, 10th, 11th guy. Jay Will's back. I think Jay Will's going to start getting some of his minutes, because that, only he played like 6 minutes last night. I still think those 6 minutes were better than Aaron Wiggins' 15 minutes. I think he's going to end up getting more of his minutes right there as we're going to need size. Okay. I think he just brings them more to the table than Wicks. That's simple. Okay. I just think we're going to see his minutes keep on diluting. And if we still want value out of him and go get someone that could be, a productive player of our team, be put in the best scenario to win and play to their, best ability, he needs to be traded. Go get a guy like Cam Johnson. And here's a potential trade that I thought would be great. All right here. We trade Aaron Wiggins, Kenrich Williams, Dylan Jones, 2025 first round pick from Miami, and a 2026 second round pick to get Cam Johnson. It ended up working out, and we actually get 2 more wins projected here, and better offensive production and defensive rating right there. So right there, let alone that kind of shows, hey, this looks like a good trade in theory. Cameron Johnson will be slotted in as starting 4. Once Chet's back, he's a starting 5. Hartenstein moves to the bench as a backup 5. We're in a 10, guy rotation of, I'm going to say our starting 5, SGA, Lou, Dub, Cam, Chet. Off the bench, you have Cason Wallace, you have Isaiah Joe, you have Isaiah Hartenstein, you have Jalen Williams, Jay Will. Also have AJ Mitchell, who's been playing very well. You have all these guys. Alex Caruso, didn't even mention him. You still have a really good and deep bench come the playoffs. You have backup point guard in Cason Wallace. Cason Wallace goes down. You still have AJ Mitchell, who's been a very good backup point guard for the Thunder so far. So right there, I think that's a trade. Looks great. I think that is a great trade for the Thunder and also a good trade for the Nets. All right. You get Dylan Jones, who's younger. All right. Cheap contract right there. Aaron Wiggins, who is, I don't want to say a huge name in basketball, but he has a decent, carry weight with his name. He is a great player. All right. I just think he needs a kind of new scenery going on. I think that's what needs to happen for him to be successful again. That's why I have him packaged in these trades. Another player that I really like from the Nets that I haven't heard much talk on, but would not surprise me if the Thunder can try to go after and get, and I think we could, Noah Clowney. All right. Let's look at the stats right here. 8.3 points per game, 3.7 rebounds. All right. He's not doing much defensively. Okay. He doesn't turn over the ball. He shoots it decently well, 39%, 36% from 3, though. This is where it stood out to me, 36% from 3. We need some, height, and we need some 3-point shooting. Why not try to get some more from the Nets, as they have a bunch of those guys that do that very well, like Dorian Finney-Smith. This is just a cheaper contract and a younger guy as well. 6'10", 20 years old. He shoots 30% on corner threes, and 68% of all his shots are 3-pointers. I see a very similar archetype to Jay Will when I look at Clowney. I look at the stats and everything. He's very similar to Jay Will when I look at him. But it just doesn't hurt to have more type of guys on that team. Bring size, bring rebounding, and it brings 3-point shooting. Might as well go after and get him. And a package that I thought for him would look something like this right here. All right. Sub out Dylan Jones. All right. For kind of, truly matchup contracts right there. All right. Aaron Wiggins, Kenrich Williams, Ousmane Dieng, 2025 first round pick from Miami, 2026 second round pick, 2027 first round pick to get Cam Johnson and Noah Clowney. I think this works out great right here. I think, I don't know which side says no to this deal right here. I think this works out a ton. You'd also go after and get guys like Dorian Finney-Smith. We have the assets to trade for him if we want to. It just goes to show we have a ton of flexibility when it comes to trades this year. I just think the fact of the matter is, for any trade to work, especially for a guy like Cam Johnson, Aaron Wiggins is going to have to be included in those trade packages. I get it. We love the guy. We do. All right. OKC fans love him to death. But he's been struggling. We have to look at that. He's been struggling. And if he can go get us a guy that's pretty much going to secure us a championship, we might as well do that. Our bench is deep enough as it is. Do you really expect us to go 12 guys deep in the playoffs? No. We're going to go 9 guys deep. He's just going to be sitting there at the end of the bench, eating up, value with his contract. We might as well trade him and get someone that could get minutes come playoff time and potentially win us a ton of series to win us a championship. That's why I have him included in any trade package, because of the contract, because it's a great salary matcher. And maybe Sam Presti was thinking the same thing when he extended Wiggs to this deal, along with Isaiah Joe. If they aren't panning out, they are very tradable contracts that could be thrown into any trade whatsoever. Boom, gets a deal done. Maybe that's what's happening with Aaron Wiggins right now. I don't know. I can't read minds. No one knows what goes on in Presti's head whatsoever. I just know that Aaron Wiggins, if anything needs to happen for a trade, Aaron Wiggins has to be included on it, because that's the only way anything gets done. That's all I got for this video. Let me know what you guys personally think. You think Aaron Wiggins should be traded? Isaiah Joe should be traded? Because I've seen a bunch of, talk about that on Twitter lately. Let me know what you guys personally think, and I'll see you guys in the next video.